What's going on, Red Wings fans? Welcome to another edition of the Forecheck, live from Little Caesars Arena. Today's show is presented by Athletico Physical Therapy. I'm Daniella Bruce, and as always, joined by Ken and Kal. Ken, I want to apologize to you. A little hoarse today, everybody. I'm trying to get through this and get through a little sore throat, so hopefully we can make it.
Trust me, I've been through it in my career, and it's not fun. So
no, it's not.
You'll do well.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you. So let's kick this one off. The Red Wings had a tough outing in New York on Tuesday night. It was a terrible first period, to say the least. They just couldn't get it together there. But if there is one bright light of that game, Giovanni Smith getting his first NHL goal. Now, Giovanni Smith has been somebody that the Red Wings have been following. He played in Grand Rapids for a while, and he has had the goal of getting to the Red Wings, just like everybody. But I've read his blogs on our website, and it just seemed like he really wanted to be here. So to see him get his first goal right here off the tip from Christopher N., it was great to see him get one.
He gets to the dirty part of the nets, Daniella, and it was really good to see him get his first National Hockey League goal in a game that, the Red Wings really weren't too proud of and how they played. But, he's one of those guys. He's 216 pounds, a big guy that can protect his teammates and also get in those dirty areas, as I mentioned. And, he has a lot to add to this Red Wing team.
And it's got to be pretty relieving being somebody that gets pulled up from the Griffins and then you get your first NHL goal. That's got to be the most relieving feeling.
Absolutely. And he wants to be here. He wants to make a living in the National Hockey League. And that's the goal of every hockey player when you're in the minor leagues, is you want to play in all different types of situations when you're in the American League, hone your game, and then get into the National Hockey League and prove to the coaches that you belong here and you have that special skill set that's going to keep you in the big leagues.
Well, he was definitely excited about it, and our very own Carly Johnston caught up with him.
Thanks, Daniella. Carly Johnston here in the locker room. The Red Wings had their morning skate ahead of their game against the Pittsburgh Penguins. It's Giovanni Smith's first game back at Little Caesars Arena since scoring his first NHL goal.
I'm happy that I got the first one out of the way. So now I feel a little bit more at ease about the whole thing. So it's, happening at a tough time in the game, but, at least we got a goal.
Yeah, it was great for Smitty. Unfortunate that it wasn't a closer game and, a time where he could have a, bigger celebration. But, I just think the way he's been playing, he's been getting to the net, getting to the hard areas. He's been a physical presence for us, so it was good to see him get rewarded.
How'd the day off help you maybe refocus for Pittsburgh at the moment?
Yeah, we got a rare back-to-back where we're at home both games, so I think we can take advantage of this. Pittsburgh, they got Crosby's back, Malkin's healthy, so they're going to be coming in flying, and we're going to have to be ready. We've always matched up well against them in the past, so it'll be an exciting game, and we need to be ready to play for those guys.
Well, obviously, when Sidney's back, it's another, maybe the best player in the world back in the lineup. They've got two guys that can make an argument for that with him and Malkin. So when they're both in the lineup, it obviously poses big threats. Now, they've been able to win without him, which is a credit to their team. I think they are a team that generally plays really hard, wins a lot of puck races and puck battles, and so you got to make sure you're winning more puck races and puck battles than them. I watched the game last night, and I listened to their comments, and I think they thought that Boston won the majority of theirs, and because of that, Boston carried the play, and I'm sure we're going to get a fired-up Pitt team, but that's fine. Like, we got to go out, and we got to make sure we're checking great. We got to make sure that we're winning all those puck races and puck battles, and we got to try to make them defend as much as possible. When they have the puck on their stick, they're a really good team. We got to make sure we make them defend as much as we can.
Should be a fun Friday night in Hockey Town with the Pittsburgh Penguins in town. Dylan Larkin is on a 7-game point streak, looking to score his 100th career goal. Fun fact, on this day in 1987, none other than Steve Yzerman scored his 100th career goal, so hopefully history repeats itself. Back to you, Daniella.
All right, Ken, no pressure on Dylan Larkin here, but that would be pretty cool if he scored his 100th goal on the same date that Steve Yzerman scored his 100th goal.
Absolutely, and Stevie scored his 500th career goal on the exact same day, on the 17th back in 1996. So there's a lot of history in today's game, so I know the people that are coming here could see some history. And good thing for Dylan Larkin, because it was, 5 years ago he scored his first goal in his first game against the Toronto Maple Leafs on opening night. So it'd be nice for him to get it. We saw Giovanni Smith get his first career goal. It'd be nice to see Dylan get one tonight.
And we're going to peg this date, January 17th, as a lucky date in Red Wings history. So hopefully we can continue that tonight. And Ken, I know some of the Red Wings fans out there are not going to enjoy talking about this one, but Sidney Crosby is back in the lineup for the Penguins, and he's played 2 games. He's had 5 points in those 2 games. He was out for 28 games with a core muscle surgery, and you can see him on the assist here on Dominic Simone's goal. It's just, his play is amazing. It doesn't even look like he missed a beat.
The thing about Sidney Crosby, Danielle, is he makes everybody around him better, and that's the sign of a superstar right there. And you look at his career numbers, he's played in 962 career games, but over the course of his career, he's had some big injuries. He missed quite a few games due to a concussion several years ago. As you mentioned, he was out 28 games, but still managing in those 962 games to have 1,238 career points. So he's one of those guys that's more than a point per game player, a generational talent, just like Connor McDavid is, in my opinion. And boy, he's teamed up there with Evgeny Malkin as well. But boy, the guy is just sensational, Sidney Crosby. He's won at every level. He's won Olympics. He's won Stanley Cups. He's just been everything for Pittsburgh.
You briefly mentioned Evgeny Malkin. He was one of the guys that kept Pittsburgh in this thing. They didn't do terrible without Sidney Crosby in the lineup. So between Evgeny Malkin, Jake Gensel, and Brian Rust, they were able to keep things going and be able to go through that 28 games without Sidney. Look at the points these guys put up. And just a note for everybody, Jake Gensel is not in the lineup tonight. He's out with injury, but he did help get the job done while Crosby was down.
Rust always seems to play well against Detroit, and Evgeny Malkin has a 6-game point streak against the Red Wings, and he's kind of been a Red Wing killer of late. And it's funny, in his career, he seems to elevate his game when Sidney Crosby goes down. Maybe he's the guy saying, hey, I want to be the guy, Sid. You get all the attention. I want some of it. But what a 1-2 punch. And we talked about 1-2 punches in the National Hockey League. It seems like the teams that are on the top of the standings have that 1-2 punch. We mentioned Yzerman, Fedorov back in the day. You've got Taves and Kane with Chicago. You've got Draisaitl and McDavid with Edmonton. And now you look here and you got Malkin and Crosby, a really good 1-2 combination.
So with that dangerous 1-2 punch that you're talking about, the Red Wings are going to have a tough task in beating the Pittsburgh Penguins tonight, but they really need a bounce-back game after what happened in New York. What do you think they have to do to come out and beat the Penguins?
Well, it looks to me like Luke Glendenny's going to go on that top line, and I think he'll go head-to-head probably against Sidney Crosby just to try and cause him, maybe shut him down a little bit with that top line. But again, it's all about playing in the offensive zone, and I know it sounds like a broken record, Daniella, but that's the way teams win in the National Hockey League. Force Malkin and Crosby and everybody else to play defense, and you've got a chance to win. That was a tough game last night for the Pittsburgh Penguins. They had a 4-game win streak. They lost in Boston. Tough place to play. They're going to be raring to go here tonight. The Red Wings have to match that intensity right from the opening faceoff.
And you heard Coach Blashill mention that game from the locker room this morning, just said that Boston seemed to win those individual battles. Is that something you think the Red Wings have to do tonight?
Yeah, stay out of the penalty box too, because the Penguins have a pretty good power play, and the Red Wings, they just need to play better,
Right.
Play better and focus on getting off to a quick start. That's something that they didn't do against the New York Islanders, but I think it's a must here against a very tough team in the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Well, guys, we hope you're headed down to Little Caesars Arena for tonight's game. Puck drop is 7:30 p.m. If you are coming down, make sure you get here early because the first 10,000 fans are going home with a fleece blanket, Red Wings fleece blanket. It's really nice. And I know it's been cold out and it's getting worse, so you definitely need to get that blanket.
It's going to snow tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Yeah.
You might have to wear it out of here. But if you're not coming down, you can catch the game on Fox Sports Detroit, or you can tune in to 97.1 The Ticket with your very own Ken Kal. Ken, as always, thanks for being here.
Sounds good, Daniella. Go Wings.
Go Wings. We'll see you guys tomorrow.